All right. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning. Welcome to the Live at 5. You are with Angie and Shawn. Angie will be with us in a second. Okay. As we're getting started, we're going to actually continue what our last class was on, speaking more about superlatives. Okay. We're going to practice using have you ever. Okay. And we also want to continue to talk about, for example, places and giving suggestions. Okay. So, welcome back. If you guys are in, okay, say hi. Say hi to the chat. Okay. Hey, Angie, what's going on?
Hey, sorry, I'm a little late. I had some connection problem.
No, you can never be late to this class. All right. This class is
Okay,
always ready. All right.
good.
Everything good with you this morning?
So far, so good. Yeah. What about you?
I am just ready for the day. It's a beautiful,
Fantastic.
cold day outside.
Yeah, it's quite cold. Yeah.
It is,
I
right?
have my hot
Excellent.
tea.
Francesco's back. Okay. Some of these
Hey.
guys, I had them in the last hour, so
Oh,
it's good to
nice.
have them. I'm going to have them
Hmm.
back to back. Okay.
Back to
Georgia,
back.
welcome in.
Great.
Angie, did you
Hmm.
today? I think we had two different um, two different events, right? I think with Seth and Liam. Did you hear about these?
No,
No. Oh my
no.
goodness. Well, for our students, if you guys want, okay, we want to remind you that also at 12 p.m. today,
Hmm.
there's an open activity with some of our teachers. So if you want to
Hmm.
follow along with them, it could
Hmm.
be something about cooking. It could be something about having coffee, like our good Angie's, do, or is she drinking tea?
I'm drinking tea, green tea.
Nice, it's tea time.
Hmm.
Green tea. All right.
Uh-huh.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Today, guys, what we wanted to do with you guys is we're going to continue to practice some of our superlatives, and we're also going to be talking about making some different recommendations. Okay.
Hmm.
For example, I know we can't travel right now,
Hmm.
but Angie and I, we were born travelers. Is that right?
You're right. Born travelers, always traveling. Life's a journey. Okay, so hi, Luca. I know Luca. Luca was here yesterday too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Georgia from Calabria. Nice. Oh, we also have Ilham from France. Great.
Wow, very cool.
Enza Mafel. Wow. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Great. So tell us, guys, do you like traveling? What do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Tell us. Okay, do write it down in the comments and let us know. Hello, Marina, Renato. Wow, nice.
And we can also say, for example, maybe we can ask the question, what is what is your most favorite place you've ever traveled to? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. What about you, Shawn? What are your hobbies?
Let's see. I like mostly. I'm not really a hobby guy. I don't
You
know.
are a
Thanks,
hobby guy.
Gabriele. I guess I'm a hobby. I guess my favorite hobby is building things. I like to build things, and I like to
Yeah,
destroy things.
yeah.
So
If
building and destroying.
For those of you who don't know, Shawn is actually an artist. So he's very creative, and yes, as he said, he likes building things. He likes drawing, sketching, painting, things like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you are right, Angie. You are correct. I'm trying to be modest here, okay?
Okay, great.
And so guys, tell us what you're into.
Hmm.
What are some of the things that you're doing in this time? But also, for example, today we're going to talk about some specific places. So if we talk about your favorite place, Angie, you've traveled a lot also
Yeah.
with your previous work experience.
Yep.
Um,
Around the
for
world.
you though, for you though,
Mhm.
where in your opinion would be the best place to live?
Hmm, that's an interesting question because it really depends, you know. It depends on what type of person you are. What are the things you like? You know, do you like a city? Do you like the buzz of a city? Do you like the quietness of a small town or a village or the countryside? Really, it depends on a lot of things. It also depends on whether you like the mountains, you like the sea, the terrain,
But
basically,
for you in particular,
whether me in particular, I've always it's strange, but I did think about Italy when when somebody asked me the same question. Yes, Italy was on my list. It was one of my top destinations.
there you go.
I have to say, yeah.
Okay, so we have here, for example,
Hmm.
Francesco writes, one of my favorite places I've ever seen is Scotland. Okay, so not never, we want to say ever. Okay,
Uh,
remember, ever is positive, never is negative. Okay,
but maybe he means that he's never been there, but it is still his favorite. Could it
S-
be? Hmm.
so if we say it like that, we would say one of my favorite places is Scotland, but
But
I
I've never
have never been
been
there.
there. Yeah, correct.
Okay. Georgia says my favorite place is Iceland
Hmm.
for
Oops, sorry.
thesis, and I like visiting the landscape by climbing.
For
So my favorite
thesis,
place is Iceland for thesis.
hmm,
Could it
to
be maybe,
study.
for example, I'm not sure. Georgia, what do you mean by
Yeah,
thesis?
what do you mean by thesis? Do you mean to study or work on a thesis?
Hmm.
Or okay, let us know what you mean by that. Oops. Okay, so let's start off with Gabrielle. Okay, I think we're both clicking at the same time. The most favorite place when I travel is the typical shopper place. Gabrielle, okay, so he likes shopping. Okay, so Milan
Hmm.
would be a good place for you, Gabrielle. Okay, Ilham says, I like the Canary Islands when I visited. Okay, which I visited last summer. Okay, so Ilham, nice. The Canary Islands.
Very good. Hmm. And
Great.
just remember, Ilam, I like the Canary Islands.
Yeah,
Okay.
because a group of islands. My favorite travel was in France. I particularly love the Costa Azzurra. Hmm,
Okay.
nice.
Now, here, guys, remember when we talk about travel, travel is
Hmm.
always going to be a verb. Okay. So I travel. We have to
Hmm.
remember that it's always a verb where trip is going to be our noun. Okay. So I like, for example, what did she say?
Hmm.
Where was it? Marina said, my favorite trip was in France or was to France.
Hmm. Was in yeah,
Okay.
in France.
Okay, so
It's
Georgia
highlighted.
did
Mhm.
so Georgia did her
Ah,
thesis in
thesis. Okay,
Iceland.
fantastic,
Okay.
lovely, very
So
nice.
here, Georgia, we just want to add my favorite place in Iceland. My favorite place is Iceland because I
Did
studied it for my thesis, or I did my thesis about Iceland.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Luca Pirelli says, I love traveling, and the best country I have ever seen is Spain. I went to Barcelona, Madrid, Ibiza, and Valencia, but Italy is fantastic as well. Of course,
Excellent, Luca.
Italy is
Very
just
nice,
the
Luca.
best. Yeah,
Mhm.
great. What does Enza say? I prefer Italy. All the
Places.
places, yeah, places, cities, mountains, islands. Fantastic.
Mhm.
That's true.
Everything.
Everything.
Underwater, above water.
Yeah, in between,
Yeah, in
the air you
between.
breathe.
Yeah. Excellent. And now, for example, it seems like everyone likes to do things both in the city and outside of the city. And
Mhm.
now, everybody, do you guys remember what is the activity we do when we see all of the important buildings and monuments in a city? What do we call that, guys? And
Yeah.
Angie,
What
do you like doing this or no?
I do. I do. Well,
And
let's say I did, because in the past I did like, SS, okay? But
yeah,
because I don't want to give
I
it.
like it. I did like the SS. Watch out.
Yes, so come on, guys. What is that SS when you go visiting, looking around, okay? All the the popular landmarks, the monuments, the buildings, and so on. Okay, what is that activity known as? I liked doing that. What
And
about
for
you,
example,
Shawn?
what is one? Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, I like history, so
I love history.
it's really
Oh, there you
cool.
go.
We got it, Luca on fire. Excellent.
Yeah. Well done, Luca. Good.
Okay, so we want to talk about sightseeing today. So
Mm.
today we're going to talk specifically about excellent, Ilham. Okay,
Ilham,
today we're going to talk
very
specifically
good.
about what we do in a city. Okay,
Hmm.
so for example, Angie and I, we both come from different cities. Okay, my
Hmm.
city is Buffalo, New York. Okay, it's a very small city
Hmm.
near the lakes, like Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, near Niagara Falls. Angie, what about for you? Can you describe your hometown?
Yes. Okay. First of all, hometown for me could be anywhere from Kathmandu, Nepal, to Doha, Qatar, because and now I live in Milan, so a wide variety of places, because I've never lived very long in one particular place. I'll describe Kathmandu, okay, that in Nepal. So Kathmandu, it's a little valley, okay, and there are different monasteries. There are a lot of natural reserves. We have a lot of mountains, beautiful things to see and do there. Yeah. What about you, Shawn? What's your favorite place in your city?
My most favorite place in Buffalo is the Albright Knox Art Museum.
Nice.
Because for example, when I
Mm-hmm.
was studying at school,
Mm-hmm.
when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
the museum sits in front of a lake, and
Mm-hmm.
so you could go to the park and you could go to the museum, and it was
Mm-hmm.
a really peaceful way to spend an afternoon with
Hmm.
friends or with family.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Enza
Hmm.
says, when I travel, I prefer visiting art museums and monuments. Oh, that's
Very
nice,
good.
Enza.
Hmm.
You're in the perfect country for that. Alessio Di Rosa says, the most beautiful city that I've ever been to is Madrid, but the city I'd most like to visit is Seville. Okay,
Very good.
beautiful. Gabriele says, I love to find out new different cultures. I'd like to learn about different cultures. Okay, I'd like to find out more about different cultures. Fantastic.
Find out, maybe for example, we could use
Mhm.
something a little bit better, maybe more like I love to
Discover could be a better word.
discover new cultures, or I like
Okay,
to
let me.
find. Yeah, I like to discover. Discover sounds a lot better than find out. Find out is kind of like realize. So
Mhm,
for example, I didn't know Angie liked tea, and I
mhm.
found out today that she loves tea.
I love tea.
Okay,
All sorts
very
of
good.
tea. I love all types. Okay, good.
Very good. So let's get started, guys. What we're going to talk about today
Mhm,
is first, let's ask each other these questions, okay? So,
mhm.
Angie, have you ever been to London?
Okay, I have. I have been to London several times, actually. What about you, Shawn?
I have never been to London.
No. Okay.
Nope.
All
I
right.
have no idea what is London.
Well, it's another big city, and
Mhm.
yes, very international, very cosmopolitan, very beautiful. It is a mix of the old and the new. And tell us something about London for those of you who've been there. Why you like London? Okay. some of us. Okay, Carla says, hi, excuse me, I'm really late. Oh, don't worry. You're fine. You're on time. Okay. Yeah. Enza says, my favorite place in Bari is the Old Town. Old Town. I love old towns. All right. The next one.
So Carla was born in the
In Bolivia. I have never been to London. Shawn, are you with us?
Ilham.
Okay.
You and I are the
So
same.
I was born in Bolivia. Okay. I've never been to London, Ilham. Okay. Well, Alessio says, yes, I have. And I think the best time to go to London is in spring. Okay. Thank you for that. No, I've never been to London. Okay.
And for Carla, I love traveling. I love traveling, Carla. Okay. We need the gerund for after.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, we lost you there for a second. Okay, Luca says, I've never been to London, but I have always wanted to go there. Oh, very nice.
Excellent.
Nice sentence. Yeah, very good. The asterisks. Hi, good morning. I have been to London 2 years ago in December. Okay, so, okay, asterisks says that he's been to London 2 years ago in December. Okay, during Christmas.
Very good.
Nice.
So for those of you guys who have been to London, tell the people who haven't, for example, Gabriella, myself, Georgia, what is the best time? What can you see there? Okay, give us some suggestions.
Yeah, give us some suggestions. Marina
Excellent.
says,
Thank you, Marina.
I've been to London. It is a fantastic city in all seasons. Okay. It is a bit rainy there, isn't it? But it's okay when you have an umbrella. Enza says, I have been to London many years ago in August. All right. Okay.
So remember, Enzo, we use in for months, okay? On is always going to be a specific day, like on Monday, on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah, for days. The prepositions, okay, guys, mind your prepositions. It was very hot. Yep.
Okay. Alessio says that the most famous landmarks are the Shard, Trafalgar Square, Chinatown, Notting Hill, Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, and the Tower Bridge. Very cool. Excellent,
a lot of
Alessio.
things. Very good, Alessio.
And Angie, have you seen these places too, or no?
I have, and I also went on the London Eye, where you can actually go on the Eye of London and see the land. Today I've lost my
See the panorama, girl.
Exactly.
See the panorama.
The city skyline. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. Panorama, the city skyline. Okay, yeah, great.
Excellent.
So, Asterix says, I think the best time is in spring. Okay, yes. Okay. Georgia, the most famous landmarks in London, I think, the Big Ben, Tower Bridge. Yep, these are very important landmarks.
Very good. We also got Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, you've got like Trafalgar Square is quite iconic as well. Yep. I think the best time to go to London is in spring. So I guess we have to agree with everyone and go to London.
We're going in spring.
Exactly. Spring break. Yeah.
Excellent. Which is happening now, actually, in America. Spring break is happening.
Yeah, but they've postponed it to autumn. to fall. Have you heard about that because of the coronavirus?
Really? Because
Yeah.
I know that there are some university students who are all in Florida right now on spring break, and they
Mm-mm.
don't know if they can come back home.
Yeah, I know. I was in Florida at the beginning of the month, and yeah, there were many spring breakers there in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch out for those spring breakers.
Oh yeah, you have to watch out for them.
They are wild. Excellent. Marina
Okay.
says,
Mm. In London, there are a lot of monuments. I liked to visit the British Museum or the National Gallery. There are a lot of parks. Yeah, Central Park being the main park there in the middle of the city. Yep, very, very nice.
mhm.
Okay. Enza says, I would go another time to London and see the new buildings. Yeah, the skyline's changing. So Alessia says, I'd most like to walk other time on the Tower Bridge because the sensation is amazing. Oh, Alessia would like to walk again on the London Bridge because he thinks that the sensation is amazing. Oh, that's good, Alessia. Nice.
Excellent.
Good.
And now, for example, remember for Enza, okay, after would, we always want to have the bare infinitive. So I would go or I would like. Okay, just like, for example, Lesio's I'd most like. And here, for example, I'd most like to walk. Okay, I'd least like to see. Okay, so we can do also using quantifiers, most or least, to help us express ourselves. Okay, when the quarantine finishes, I want to go to London. All right, Carla, excellent. All
Good.
right.
Good.
So here we have some different things that we can do around England. Angie, I don't know if it's very big for you. I take it it's probably quite small,
Yeah, it's quite
correct?
small, but it's okay. We're gonna
Okay.
try. So Buckingham
So,
Palace.
for example,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to read?
Yes, please, if you'd like.
The Queen's residence, tour of the house and the gardens, watch the changing of the guard. Okay, so it's a big deal there, changing of the guards.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, you can't stand in their way, and there are lots of tourists there trying to get pictures with them and so on. Yeah, I've actually seen that happening. Was good.
Did you try to get a picture with the guard?
No, but I took some pictures of them, while they were doing their thing. So that's it. Because they don't like it when you interfere, They don't like to really take pictures, I think.
No, they're very strong and strict.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and with Marina, okay, excellent job.
Sorry.
But we visit inside, okay, inside the palace. So we could visit inside the palace or we could go in the palace.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Very good. So the London Eye, everybody, is a huge Ferris wheel. Okay, so anytime you see this big wheel, because Ferris wheels are all over the world. You have, I know, in Coney Island in America, many amusement parks have Ferris wheels, but the London Eye is really the most famous Ferris wheel, I think.
It's gigantic.
Are there any other famous Ferris wheels? Yeah, it's huge.
I think
exactly.
it's London. It's just the London Eye. Yeah. It's gigantic. It's huge, and you can see the entire city skyline from one of those. What would you call it? A cabin? In the Ferris
yeah, you
wheel?
could call it a cabin.
A car
I'd call
or
it
a car.
cabin.
Yeah, cabin or a car. Okay.
A Ferris wheel. Yeah. It could also be like a lift, though, as well. I might call it a lift, like each compartment.
So the car, basically.
A shuttle, car, shuttle, lift.
Various.
You can call it whatever you
things.
want.
Yeah, and these are new. These are additions to the vocabulary, already existing vocabulary. So
yeah. Okay.
right. So.
Then we also have the Tower of London,
Mm-hmm.
okay, where you can find a prison
Mm-hmm.
and jewels. Okay, so all of the diamonds and the
Dungeon.
very yeah, and dungeon. Watch out, Angie. Have you ever been?
I have been in a dungeon in Morocco. Yeah, in
Really?
Morocco.
Was it
Yeah,
inside of a castle or was it a prison?
it was a prison. Yeah, but in the early days, it was. I think there was a castle on top, and the dungeons were below the castle. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's,
was
just like
very interesting.
apartments in Milan. The dungeons are underground, and then you have first floor and second floor. Exactly.
Oh Lord. Okay. Hmm.
Excellent. Asterix tells us that he visited
Oh,
the
I'm
House
sorry.
of Parliament.
Hmm.
It
Sorry, I
was,
keep clicking
it
on.
was, no problem. We're clicking away, girl.
Yeah.
It was very interesting,
Hmm.
especially to sit down in the green chairs. Okay. So
Ah.
we don't need bin asterisks. We can
Hmm.
say it was very interesting.
Hmm. Yeah. Especially to sit down on the green chairs, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the green chairs. Okay. Nice. That's nice.
Excellent. Yeah. What I would do to sit on some nice green chairs.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Hmm.
So guys, let's now talk about some different countries. Okay.
Hmm.
So I, for example,
Hmm.
I've never been to Africa. I've
Hmm.
never been to India. I've never been to South America. I've never been to China or Russia.
Hmm.
Okay. Angie's been everywhere. So,
I've been
that
everywhere.
cancels
Yeah.
her out. Have
Yeah.
you been to Antarctica?
No, that's
Ah,
one place I haven't been. Yeah. Hmm.
is there any place that you would like to go to that you haven't been to?
Mm, I haven't thought about it. At the moment, I really don't like traveling too much because okay, so let me tell you guys that I used to work as a flight attendant for 14 years with Qatar Airways. So I was constantly traveling for 14 years. So at the moment, I just want to sit back, relax, drink my tea, and have a normal life. Okay. So
Yeah.
right now, I don't intend to travel anywhere. I want to just stay at home, and just enjoy what I have here at home. What about you, Shawn?
So Angie,
Mhm.
you have like eternal jet lag.
Eternal jet lag.
Jet lag.
Exactly. Yeah, it's in a loop.
Yeah. I don't know what's interesting is for example,
Mhm.
you bring up a really good point about not wanting to travel.
Mhm.
I can tell you that as what's strange is as soon as I came to Italy,
Mhm.
because I traveled extensively between basically 18 and 28, where every year I'd go somewhere else. I've been
Mhm.
to the Middle East. I've been to different places. I've been to a lot of different places in Europe and North America. And
Mhm.
then I came to Italy 4 years ago, and I was like, I don't really need to travel. It was strange. It
Mm.
was like my mentality just switched.
Because
So I
you've
don't
seen
really
the
have
best.
that. Because you've seen the. I don't know.
You've seen the
I don't.
best.
It could be true. It could be
Yeah,
true.
it's Italy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Marina Brunato says the Tower of London is a very particular place, but the Crown Jewels exhibition was very disappointing
Was
because,
a disappointment. Very
or
good.
a
Yeah.
disappointment, or was very disappointing because there was, okay, so there is a time to shot, so there was very little time to
Mhm.
see them. Okay, so
We
I understood, Marina, that you had very less time to actually have a look at the crown jewels. Oh, that is disappointing. Yeah.
we can also say if you want,
Oh, there
sometimes
wasn't
maybe
enough
it might
time.
help
Hmm.
to switch that into a negative. So, but there
Yeah.
wasn't enough time.
Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Ah, Luca. Lucas says the country I'd most like to visit is the US, but I would like to go to Africa and South America.
Very good.
Nice.
And Luca, no correction. You don't have to make that plural because we're focused on the country. Okay, so the country I'd most like to visit is, that's perfect.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, very nice. In America, how many states have you been to, Ange?
So, Florida. Would you consider New York and Boston to be in the same? No, the same state? No,
different states.
So Boston,
different
New
states,
York.
girl.
Okay, so let me tell you. So New York, Boston, Chicago, Miami, Miami or Orlando is all in the same state of Florida. Chicago, I can't remember because 14 years of travel.
Do you more so like southern states or northern states?
Southern.
You're a southern girl.
I am a southern
You're
girl.
A southern girl.
Yeah. Florida is my place.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. And Georgia says that I've been to 3 countries, but I've never been to Africa, Asia, or Austria. Okay, I've never been to. So remember, never will always go between the I've and the past participle. Okay, and make sure we want to put countries as plural. Excellent. Okay. Carla would most like to visit India and North Africa. Excellent.
Nice. Okay. North Africa, as in, would you like to visit Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia? I'm guessing those areas. Okay, nice. Very interesting countries, all of them. Beautiful.
Have you been there?
Yes, I've been to all of those countries.
You're just a globe trotter. Ange.
I am a globe trotter. I loved traveling when I was little, so I chose that job, so I could travel and see the world. And now I'm just tired.
Eternal jet lag.
Eternal jet lag.
There you go. All right, so guys, let's practice this a little bit more. Okay, so now with each other, okay, express yourself. The city I'd most like to visit, the place I'd least like to live in. Okay, so running down the list, guys, let's work together and let's make some examples. Okay.
Great. Actually, I'm so happy to live in Naples. Carla Robertson says that she's really happy to live in Naples. Nice, good. I heard Naples is beautiful, so you're lucky. So Astrid says, I have never been to Australia and I would like to go there next year. Yes. Once the coronavirus fiasco is over, I think people will start traveling again. But at the moment,
I think all the money from supermarket is going to go into plane tickets. So it's going to be a shift from supermarket and food to plane tickets and hotels and travel. It's going to be chaotic.
Yeah. The city I would most like to eat in is Madrid. Okay. So do you like Spanish cuisine, Georgia? Nice. Paella, tapas. Yummy. Yummy, yummy. Luca says, the city I'd most like to see is Dubai. Very young city, full of skyscrapers.
I remember when Angie tried to convince me to move to Dubai.
To Qatar, my dear.
Oh, it was Qatar?
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, they are very similar. So Dubai is a bigger city.
No.
Qatar is the country.
They're close to each. Oh, it was Qatar.
Very close, yeah.
But
the city in Qatar would be Doha, the capital city.
Okay, I remember now. Yeah, Doha.
Yeah. Georgia says the city I'd most like to live in is New York. Ooh. We've both lived in New York, haven't we, Shawn?
Nope, I've
You
never
live. Oh,
lived
it
in New
was
York.
set. Yeah. We often talk about our days in New York, and it's a tough city, I have to say, New York.
Yeah.
And
How long
Carla,
did you live in New York for?
not for very long, just a couple of months. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, Carla. Carla says the city I'd most like to see is Varanasi. Varanasi is in India, and it's considered a very holy city because they have the river that is supposed in the Hindu religion. The river, the Ganges, flows through Varanasi, and it's supposed to clean your soul. Okay, so Varanasi
Wow.
is considered one of the holy cities. That's nice, Carla. You might want to go there when things are cleaned up a little bit, maybe. Okay. All right. Enza, the place I'd most like to explore is Crete. Okay, so in English we would say Crete, right?
Very good. Yeah.
Okay, the island, Crete, nice. Alessio, the city that I'd most like to visit is Seville, and the restaurant I'd least like to eat in is an Indian restaurant.
Indian restaurant. Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, Alessio. You gotta like some spice in life. Okay, yeah. All right. But I
Spice up your
understand.
life a little. Come on.
Yeah. Good. All right. So, oops, I think I missed one there. Carla says the country I'd most like to explore is Ireland. Ooh, beautiful country. Georgia, the place I'd most like to explore is Iceland, in particular near Husavik. Wow.
Because she did her thesis on
Yeah.
Iceland. She
knows
everything about Iceland.
She knows her stuff. Marina Brunato, the museum I'd most like to visit is Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam.
It's a very beautiful museum. I've been to the museum in
course you have.
Amsterdam.
Of course, you're an artist, you know.
Yeah.
Van Gogh's.
He's the creme de la creme. He's the cream of the crop, ladies and gentlemen.
What would you say to an Andy Warhol painting, Shawn? What do you think of Andy Warhol?
I think Andy Warhol, if for example, I think Andy Warhol was very innovative. I think he, in a way, he helped to change the way we perceive what an artist is, because usually before, for example, if we talk about Andy Warhol, I see him in the same identity of Marcel Duchamp. So the idea of transformation of this concept of things. Andy Warhol was focused on the production. He didn't have to touch it. He just had to produce it. Okay. So I think it's a discussion that really doesn't have an ending if I like Andy Warhol or not.
Okay.
It's more so that you can take ideas from Andy Warhol that can be useful.
Okay, because there are people who just love him or just hate him. I know that there's a proper line dividing those two schools of thoughts. So
yeah, no,
I just thought I'd ask you that. Okay, so Georgia says, what the word, the thing? What's the word, the thing? Doing his thing, you mean? Okay,
maybe
so usually, yeah. So the thing we are referring to here is his style, the things that he does. Okay, what he's specialized for. Like, for example, if we talk about Shawn doing his thing, would be Shawn doing, his everyday. Well, for example, he's teaching. Like what he usually does is he teaches and he's doing his teaching thing at the moment. All right.
That's my thing. Exactly.
That is Shawn's thing.
Every morning at 11 a.m. it's our thing to teach some English.
Yeah, you usually use it more in a slang, informal way of speaking. All right. Okay, Luca, the country I'd most like to visit is Norway for its fjords. Okay, nice. Norway, Oslo is beautiful. Yeah, Carla, the thing I'd
I'd
least
least
like to do is to eat fast food in the United States. Okay, yeah, hot dogs, burgers, fries. Yes, yeah, I understand. The thing, Shawn, now we understand the thing. The thing I'd like, so that particular activity, we're referring to the thing, that activity, the activity I'd least like to do is to eat fast food. Okay, so that is the meaning of the thing, Georgia. Sorry, exactly what Georgia had asked. All right.
A light bulb moment, Ange.
Light bulb
moment.
moment.
Fantastic.
Exactly. Okay. What kind of food do you like, Shawn? What's your what kind of food do you like the most?
I like all food. I'm what you call just an open stomach. But for example, there are certain times where I could really go for a good Mexican food, like tacos or burritos or empanadas, something sweet. There are times where, of course, I'm going to say Italian food. But like, for example, even coming from America, I have a weakness. Okay. I honestly have a weakness for chicken wings and beer.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Very American. Very
my
American, right?
If you put a bottle of beer and chicken wings in front of me, I will be the happiest man in the world.
Okay. All right.
So
Fantastic.
I'm the most unhealthiest person that you could possibly meet.
Okay. Georgia says the thing I'd least like to eat in is Germany.
Okay, so now maybe here's the place I'd least like to eat in. Okay, because if we talk about the thing here, it's getting a little.
Okay, then you're talking about that object or that particular activity. Okay, so the place I'd least like to eat in is in Germany. All right. What does Enza have to say? When I travel, the thing I least like to do is preparing the luggage. Oh, yeah. Packing. She doesn't like packing. Yeah, I hate packing too.
It's so easy, though.
Oh, Shawn, you're a man. You don't understand.
You just push everything. You don't even take anything. You know, the new theme for traveling is to buy everything when you go there.
Oh, my
Don't
God.
even bring anything. So now, for example, Georgia, to be a little bit clearer for you, the phrase that we're going to remember is always going to be the thing I'd least like to do is to eat in Germany. The thing I'd least like to do is play soccer in Peru. Okay, so think of that as like a phrase to start, and then we add the other information.
All right, great. Okay.
Okay.
I agree with Georgia. Oops, sorry. Oh, again. Okay. So what does Luca say? No, Shawn. I agree with Georgia because I have been living in Germany for 1 year and the German food is the worst in the world. No, Luca.
In the world.
Schnitzel.
You can say of all time. Yeah, schnitzel's great. I don't see the problem.
Beer is great. The Oktoberfest is amazing. What do they have? Coleslaw. They have coleslaw there, and
coleslaw's good. And sauerkraut.
Oh, sauerkraut. Yeah, I get confused. Those things up there. Yeah, but Luca, we understand what you're trying to say. Luca and Georgia.
So now, guys, let's spend the rest of the time talking about your cities, okay? So
Mhm.
Angela and I, we both come from different cities.
Mhm.
And now looking here, let's
Mhm.
make some sentences together talking about your cities in particular. Okay, so I'd recommend eating chicken wings in Buffalo. Okay, how
Oh.
about for you? All right, Angie, what
Uh,
can you say?
okay. I I don't recommend wearing high heels while climbing mountains in Nepal.
That's a very bad idea, I would imagine.
Okay.
But you could
All right.
use the heel as a pick.
No, you need professional tools to climb the mountains in Nepal because, they're very steep. We have Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Have you ever climbed Mount Everest?
Oh my God, Shawn. It's like asking, have you ever played for the Dodgers? You know?
Yeah. Have you ever played for the Dodgers?
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. All right. So
Fine. I'll
now,
take
no,
that as a
no.
yes.
I've never even been to the base camp. I've seen Mount Everest from afar, but that's about it. Um, I don't intend to climb Mount Everest. Okay.
You climb Mount Everest in your mind, a mental climb.
I lost you. You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah. It's better.
Good? Okay.
Okay. You're good.
So what about, for examples, what is the most fun thing to do in Kathmandu?
The most fun thing to do, let me think. Well, sightseeing would be really fun because Kathmandu is a very, very old city. And there are lots of monuments, a lot of monasteries, temples that go way back into the single digit centuries. And it's really, really, it's a spiritual journey. Kathmandu itself, is a very spiritual place. You'll really like it there if you're looking to find yourself.
Very cool. Excellent.
Mhm.
And when would be the best time to visit Kathmandu?
The best time would be spring and autumn because
Mhm.
August is usually the monsoon season where, for some of you who don't know what monsoons are, it's the rainy season. And it's not exactly the best time to visit. Although I know the
It's not
Italians
very
have,
peaceful.
I know that most of the Italian students have their holidays in August, most of Europe actually. So
Mhm.
August is not exactly the best time. Mhm. Georgia says the best time to visit my city is Bronzy of Riace in museum.
So
The
maybe
best,
the best place to visit in my
best
city
in.
is Bronzi of Riace, the
Okay.
museum. Because I'm not sure what Bronzi of Riace is, but we'll see.
I recommend visiting the Duomo in Florence. Yes,
Excellent job,
absolutely.
Francesco. Great job.
Absolutely. Anyone? Any more suggestions, guys? Oh, here we go. Enza says, thank you, Enza. Enza's really active. The most famous landmarks in Bari are Saint Nicholas Church and the seafront. I recommend walking on the monumental seafront and to the old town. Oh, the most famous landmarks in Bari are, okay, and the seafront. Okay, I recommend walking on the monumental seafront. What would you say
We
to
might
that,
consider
Shawn?
that
Yeah, in.
walking on the main seaside or walking
Okay.
on the main beach
Okay. That's what
towards
she meant.
the old town.
Okay. So Georgia says, I recommend visiting Reggio Calabria in summer because there are beautiful
There is
sea.
the beautiful
There is the
sea
beautiful
and
sea
dinner parties.
and dinner parties. Wow, that sounds amazing.
Mhm.
Lucas says, I recommend visiting Capola di San Gaudenzio in Navarra, and the best time to visit my city is in spring.
Very
Oh my
good.
God, we have so many places to go in spring.
I know.
Marina says, I live near Venice. I suggest visiting this fabulous city in every season, but in February. During
Carnivale,
Carnival,
yeah.
it's amazing. In summer, it's very hot and wet. Okay.
Alessio, excellent. And I suggest doing a lap on the sightseeing bus. And Carla, awesome. I recommend eating the most incredible pizza in Naples. Okay.
Oh,
Very good
I love.
job today, guys. Excellent job. Okay. Thank you, Angie, for being here with me.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
all of you.
Mhm.
Have a great day.
Thanks for being so active. Bye, guys.